My name is Oshifesolu Adamilare. I'm a mechanic. Welcome to Exxon F1, also known as Formula One Column Africa. Today's information and gist. Felipe Drugovich will race in Bahrain if Lance Stroll is unfit to drive. Aston Martin Racing has confirmed that their Brazilian reserve driver will make his F1 race debut in Bahrain next weekend should Lance Stroll not recover in time following a cycling accident he had. The FIA governing body said last week that the new wet tires that do not need blankets will be introduced from Imola in May, and the F1 are trying to ban tire blankets totally from 2024. A final vote involving teams will be made on that alongside FIA and the FOM after this year's British Grand Prix in July. Official supplier Pirelli has been making preparations for F1 to abandon the use of tire warmers from next year as part of a wider push to improve Grand Prix racing and to make racing more sustainable and to cut down on the financial side of racing. Lewis Hamilton has spoken out on how he feels it will be to race without tire blankets. The 7-time world champion, in his words, said, "I think it's dangerous. I've tested the no blankets and there is going to be an incident at some stage. So I think it is a wrong decision. You have to drive multiple laps to get the tires to work. The whole argument is that taking away the blanket is going more sustainable and more green. But the actual fact, we just burn more fuel to get the temperature into the tires." He also said, "You are skating around and it's very twitchy. If someone else is on tires that are working, you can easily collide with them. So it is a pointless exercise." The sponsors of today's program are Rollness Resort, plot 90714 Cavera Road, First Avenue, First Town, Lagos. They have just the best services in hoteling. They are in a very nice and clean environment, great and conducive rooms, great bar, and we also have Valorous student accommodation, 380 Bosman Street, Pretoria, South Africa. Teams Gadget is the best place for you to get your phones, laptops, games, every accessories for your phone. You can contact him. You'll find his number here. The Mercedes driver has tested the car with the tires last year, and he feels from the improved tires that he tested that the tires don't feel very good. They need to be warmed up over time to get the tires working. And if you can remember most times last year, teams like Ferrari, Mercedes, and some midfield teams find it difficult warming up the tires. Sometimes it takes more than one lap for those teams to warm up the tire before they start getting them to a working temperature. Teams like Haas, Red Bull get the tire warmed up easily. Those were the last year tires, but during the testing of the 2023-2024 tires, they were able to find out that some of those tires are not really working. That is why I think Lewis Hamilton is giving his opinion on that it is very risky to get those tires to warm up, except they would make those tires warm up easily in a lap, or immediately you get those tires on the car, they start warming up, or there might be some developments on the cars that would be able to warm the tires up easily for them to drive. This tire issue, and to know how they should handle it, or what you feel or what you want to say about it. We expect your questions and we expect your comments, and please like our video, subscribe, share, and follow us. Like I said in my last video, we really want to build a community of not just engineers, drivers. We want to build a very good racing community in Formula One, not just for 1 year, 2, 3 years, for longer years, like 20, 30, 40 years, and looking on to people that would carry on the betting. I was asked about how expensive Formula One is. I can really tell you, Formula One is not a child's play. It's a very, very expensive sport. It's a time management sport, and most times only the rich can. Most times, I didn't say at all times, can participate. And I can give you example. Lance Stroll, the son of the billionaire Lawrence Stroll that owns Aston Martin. Yuki Tsunoda is a Japanese. His father is very, very rich. Zhou Guanyu, those guys come from a rich background. Nikita Mazepin, the son of the owner of Uralkali fertilizers and agro products and petrochemical products. But we still have some people that came from humble background, like Esteban Ocon, Lewis Hamilton, Fernando Alonso, and little of them that comes from very humble background. And as you all know, for some of you that might be used to Lewis Hamilton's story, it was not just because he was black, but it was a very tough. It was very tough growing up for him in the Formula One, or should I call it the karting category. His father was his mechanic. They had to work hard. His father was working 2 jobs and still his mechanic and still his coach and everything to him. And to put even a cat on the track for racing is very, very expensive. But we are not, like I said in the last video, we are not looking at doing it in a day or in a year. We are looking at building a community in which we can get donations, work together, get people that would race, televise it, from there get youths, build something great, and create a greater future, not just for Nigeria, not just for Africa, but for our own individuals. Because there are lots of opportunity in Formula One. It's not compulsorily you become a race driver. You can be a mechanic. You can be a data analyst. You can be a marketer in the Formula One setting, and it depends on where you want to be. Like I said, it's not for our own generation, but it's for the for generation coming behind us, to do great things in the sport, to be part of the sport, and to also bring the sport as an opportunity to create an enabling environment, job opportunities, and also bring a race or any other West African state, and having a Formula One driver. We might have a Formula One mechanic. We might have the first African Formula One mechanic going to 2-3. We might have African data analyst doing some other jobs, CFD, race engineer. But the aim is getting a Formula One driver, because as of now, until there's expansion in the grid, which might come in 2026, there are still 20 individuals driving 20 cars on the grid. And we know how difficult it is to get the job. But when we start from somewhere, we get people in the next few years getting this done, we will get there. And I would like to hear from you, to work with you. Thank you very much. God bless you.